One of the craziest things about being a blockchain developer is that you can leverage your coding skills to make money with crypto in ways that normal people can't, like through creating blockchain-based trading bots. And one big opportunity that's happening right now as all these new coins are launching is with crypto sniper bots. And in this video, I'm going to outline my process of a crypto sniper bot that I'm building that I just recently tested out the strategy for that made me $1,000 in the first 30 minutes. Trust me, you don't want to miss this. I'm going to explain everything in this video today as a blockchain developer myself who obviously works with this technology on a daily basis. So if you're new around here, hey, I'm Gregory, and on this channel I turn you into a blockchain master. So if that's something that you're interested in, then smash that like button down below and subscribe. And if you want to take advantage of everything that I'm talking about in this video, then obviously the fastest way to increase your income in this industry is to become a blockchain developer, and I can show you how to do that over at dappuniversity.com/bootcamp. All right, so let's go ahead and jump into this. So like I was saying at the beginning of this video, there's so many different ways to make money as a blockchain developer. You can get a job, you can become a freelancer, or you can create your own trading bots that will make you money directly on the blockchain. So, if you watch my channel at all, I've talked a lot about arbitrage trading bots, flash loan bots, but I love experimenting with new different strategies, and one that I've focused on lately is with crypto sniper bots. And one reason for this is there's hundreds, if not thousands of new coins launching every single day with this meme coin craze that's going on in crypto right now. And you have direct access to buy and sell these things on chain, and you can use your blockchain developer skills to get an edge on this. So I've been working on this a lot lately. I've been working on a new proof of concept for a bot, and it made, $1,000 in the first 30 minutes. So that was just a successful test that I wanted to try out before I went on to build the bot out completely. And so I thought this would be a really good topic for a video. I want to outline my thought process and how I approach this and how I plan on continuing building this out further. And so really quickly, if you want to see more videos just like this on the channel, make sure you drop a comment down below so that I know to make more like this. All right, so first let's start off with the basics of what a crypto sniper bot even is in the first place. So most people think of a crypto sniper bot essentially as a bot that gives you competitive advantage to buy a cryptocurrency really early, to be one of the first buyers before other people, hence getting in at very low market caps. So that the coin, when it goes up in value, you get many tens of thousands of X's, okay? So let me tell you about the wrong way to build these sniper bots. So basically, there's thousands of cryptocurrencies launching every single day. If you go to a website like Dex Screener, you can see we just sort by the newest pairs. There's ones coming out, every few minutes. All right. And basically, the wrong way to build a sniper bot would be to just systematically buy every single coin as it comes out, because a lot of these are rug pulls and you're going to lose your money. Okay. Now you can filter this even further to get good at checking for rugs, and then place some small bets, and then maybe one in every so many coins actually pops off and you're able to take a profit. But it's really easy to get wrecked this way. So let me tell you about a different way. All right, this is part of the strategy that I'm doing right now. So the DEX market has changed a lot in the past year or so, where, coins aren't always launching directly on decentralized exchanges like Radium. That's what people used to do. They used to take a coin, pair it with some SOL, lock it up, okay, if they have a liquidity locker, and then it would start trading organically there. But stuff's really moved to what I more call the pre-market listings with websites like pump.fun, okay? So if you're not familiar with pump.fun, it's like a meme coin launch pad or a meme coin factory where basically anybody can get on there with a few clicks of a button, submit their coin idea with the image and a description and some social media accounts, and they can launch it that way. So basically what happens is whenever somebody lists a coin, it goes onto a bonding curve. So think about like a Kickstarter for a new meme coin, all right? Basically, more people buy it. It has to reach a certain threshold, and people can buy and sell along the way during that entire time. But if the coin reaches a certain market cap, then it sort of is successfully funded, and then the project will move off of pump.fun. It'll automatically create the liquidity pool on a DEX like Radium, okay? And then it will start trading on these open markets. So that's where this sort of strategy comes into play, is seeing what's on pump.fun, what's actually getting traction, things that are actually going to successfully complete its bonding curve, and then being able to place orders based on that, and then sell really quickly based on a certain set of rules whenever it hits something like radium. And that's the strategy that I tested out that worked successfully, that was able to essentially make $1,000 in the first 30 minutes. So how did I do that? How did I think about this? And how am I going to translate this further into the bot? So again, this was a proof of concept that I just used some basic tools to pull this off. I didn't completely automate this into a bot just yet. I wanted to make sure that it worked before I go through the process of coding. A lot of developers do this the wrong way. They have this idea of like, I'm going to code out this epic idea, and they spend all this time creating something, and then they go and test it out and it doesn't work like they think to do. So I've learned that lesson through many, many years of doing this. And that's why I do this with a very light test first to see if the strategy will work. And then I go through the heavy legwork of coding it out to automate it and tune it and fine tune it. So essentially what it involves doing is finding projects on stuff like pump.fun that looks like it's going to actually have some success and some liquidity, not to say long-term success, although that would be nice, but at least some short-term hype that you could capitalize on whenever it hits these open markets. Now, you obviously have to filter based on this. You cannot go through and just systematically place bets on everything because, again, it's really easy to lose your money that way. But if you find stuff that you think can be short-term winners, you can see that like once ever it reaches this bonding curve and it launches on open markets, around that $50,000 market cap level, stuff can pretty easily pump to, 7, even 10x multiples in the first few minutes that it's on chain. And even if you want to reduce your risk even further, stuff can pump up to 2, 3x in the first few seconds, depending on, which projects that you're in. Now that's where the automation side comes into play. You can set your rules on when you want to take profit, all that type of stuff. You can manage your risk tolerance. Those are the types of things you can sort of fine tune for yourself and work out whenever you're creating this strategy. Now for this, obviously you will need some of your own money in order to make these types of trades. This isn't something you can do with flash loans. You actually have to put skin in the game, and therefore you have to be better about filtering. And that's why I monitor lots of different things before I actually put any money into the thing. It's sort of like, writing some of this down on paper, writing your bets, seeing which ones are profitable, iterating on that strategy, and then testing with a small amount of money. So for example, I did it with $50, all right? You can start with $1, $5, $10, whatever your tolerance is. I just chose 50, so there could be an actual material upside if I got a 10 or 20x. That's what happened. It did roughly 20x, and I got a little over $1,000 out of this experiment. Now, if you're watching this and you're thinking like, hey, that's a really fast-tracked way to get absolutely wrecked and lose all your money, to which I would answer, it absolutely can be if you're not very careful and don't manage your risk properly, okay? So what are some ways you can mitigate that? Well, a couple is, actually doing good filtering on pump.fun like I was talking about before. Just doing paper trading almost, where you're writing down your picks and actually seeing what happens. Do that multiple times over before you can actually develop any type of good hit rate. And then planning your entries and exits properly. There's some different ways that you can fine tune these strategies, based on your risk tolerance. You can sell things after a certain amount of time after it hits radium, after a certain number of blocks, or even after certain multiples that are hit. And that's where the automation with the bot can come into play. You can also do things that plans for entries after the price is dumped, because you'll see that a lot on pump.fun moving to radium where stuff doesn't go up after it actually hits the market, it just instantly dumps. And that's where your bot can come into play, because you can get very precise order execution. And these are the types of variables and settings that I'll probably fine tune as I go on building about this. Now, I'm going to talk about how to do that here in a second, but first I want to address maybe a question. You might think like, why even build a bot to do this in the first place? Okay. Because, this is not like a completely set it and forget it strategy. It's not like a bot that you just set up and you run 24/7. It just makes money while you sleep. It's not like a directly passive income type of thing. But the bot is a very precise tool, and it's a lever that gives you an advantage that other people don't have. So it lets you basically, you might be trying to get into a coin that says it's at $100,000 market cap on the chart, but then you try to execute your order on this decentralized exchange, and it's actually already at 200 or 250. It's really hard to get your position size and entry right, and that's one huge advantage that the bot gives you. And sure, you can try to use third-party bots to accomplish stuff like that, but they're going to take fees from you, and a lot of times they're not even that accurate. Not to mention you have to give them their money in a custodial way that you may have problems with in the future. All right, so that being said, like what technologies do you need in order to build something like this? Like what would I personally use? Well, the good news is the technology side of things is relatively simple, okay? Because all you really need is a JavaScript program to execute these trades for you. You don't have to create programs on the blockchain. You don't have to create smart contracts. You don't have to learn a bunch of new programming languages for Solana and Rust. You can do this just with JavaScript with a library like Web3.js for Solana, where there's a Solana version. You can just Google it, go to the Solana documentation, it'll show you the Web3.js. So if you ever program for Ethereum or any other EVM compatible chain and use Ethers.js or the older Web3.js, okay, This is basically a port of Web3.js with the same API over to Solana. So if you're familiar with that and you change a little bit about how Solana works, you'll feel right at home with something like this. So you can basically do this with a Node.js script, a single page file on your computer that executes all this logic that I'm talking about, that imports really one basic library, have an RPC URL that connects to a node that you can get from something like Alchemy, for example. And then of course you need a wallet, basically a Solana key pair with a private key and an address. You need to fund that wallet with some cryptocurrency, something just like, Sol tokens is probably the most efficient for this process. And then all you need to do is check out the APIs for the dexes that you're buying and selling on, whether it's pump.fun, whether it's Radium, and basically looking at what is the code for implementing those swaps and also checking the prices. And then inside your single page script, you just check the prices, implement the swap functionality, and then you code out any business rule that you want in order to do those buys and sells at these really accurate levels. All right, so that's an overview of how crypto sniper bots work. At least one strategy that I'm testing out that I was able to use to make $1,000 in the first 30 minutes when I was actually executing this. So let me know what you think down in the comment section below. Do you like videos like this where I'm talking about what I'm doing? Do you want to see more videos on how to create bots just like this? I want to hear from you. And whenever you're finished leaving your comment, make sure you smash that like button down below and subscribe. And if you want to learn the skills about how to do the things that I'm talking about in this video, leverage your blockchain developer skills to make money on chain, then I can show you how to increase your income by becoming a blockchain developer over at dappuniversity.com/bootcamp. You really don't have to be an expert to get started today. I've helped people with zero coding experience become real world blockchain developers in a matter of months. So that's all I've got. Until next time, thanks for watching Dapp University.